Hi everybody, this is St-Pierre at Physikinaction. People see me posting these soups on Facebook and stuff and always want to know what the heck is in my soup. Well, usually if you're doing a vegetable broth, you're going to have pretty much everything except for the kitchen sink in there. We eat a lot of vegetables, so we're going to use the clippings of most of our vegetables to be able to do this. In here I have parsnips, I have fennel, I have peppers, I have the ends of my mushrooms, I have broccoli stems. So anything that's a green is going to bring some minerals up to this soup. Obviously the big taste tester in any broth is usually the onion, and the celery is going to make the big taste of it. We're going to add some garlic only after this is warmed up so it doesn't burn. So we're going to start with broth, and once the broth is done, then we'll actually make the soup with what we have left. So all this is going to be strained. You're not actually going to be eating these. This is for flavor only. Okay, so we're going to start off by putting some olive oil in our pan. And let that, and you're going to put quite a bit because we have a lot of vegetables to go in there. Once you see it liquefying, and I've already started heating it, so it's getting there, we're going to put our coarsely chopped. I got 2 onions here, and I have the center of a celery stalk. Now, I like using the centers only because they're not so nice to eat on their own. Now, you're going to give this a couple whirls, and then make sure that your element's not too high. Okay. Meanwhile, you're going to take 2 garlic cloves. And the way you go about this, because we want it mushed so it makes a lot of flavors, you're just going to smack it around, and then the peel comes apart all by itself. This is awesome. A friend of mine taught me that, and I'm sure when she's going to watch the video, she's going to say, hey, that was my idea. There you go. And then we're going to just chop it up. That's all I really want because it's only going to be in the broth. Now you're going to start seeing your onion get a little bit translucent. At that moment, I'm going to add the rest of the vegetables, and now we'll probably stew with water. I'm going to use about 4 cups of water to just let it sit and simmer for an hour. And here it goes. We're putting it all in. Okay, so once you've thrown all your vegetables in here, you can see I've just turned them around. I want them going. You're going to add a bit of salt. And I'm just saying a bit because obviously that's going to help you get your flavors out. We're going to add, I have 4 cups of water here. To start it, we'll end up adding another 4 cups probably towards the end, and checking out the flavors that's going on. Once you do this, you're going to give it a whirl. I'm just going to give it a bit of a zoom. And I usually like to have some bay leaves stuck in there. Try taking 2 big leaves and just putting them in there and let it sit for a little while. You're probably going to be checking it every 10 minutes just to give it a whirl, make sure that everything's okay. She's on low. I've already got it on low. When we come back in about an hour, we will strain this. Obviously in between you may want to taste test and see if you need more salt or pepper or something like that first. But we're going to strain it, and then we'll actually make a soup with it. So see you later. We've left that simmer for about an hour, give or take. We added an extra 4 cups of water, so in total we've had about 8. It boils down quite a bit, so if you notice, I don't know if you can see in here, it's only half pot, and we had a half pot at the very beginning, and there's 4 extra cups in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strain this because we don't want to eat these mushy veggies. We just wanted their nutrients. So I'm going to put it into here, and then I'm going to retransfer the liquid back into the pot. In your vegetable soup, you can put whatever it is that you like, your spices, whatsoever. Everybody's got different tastes and flavors. We're using a whole bunch of vegetables today. We're actually going to be using quinoa noodles. Now quinoa noodles, as opposed to having like wheat or whatnot, is made with, you see they have organic rice flour, organic quinoa flour, organic beets, organic spinach, and organic turmeric. So that's basically what's giving you the colors and stuff. But I find as they cook, they all blend out the same color. But it gives you that chicken noodle soup kind of a feel to it, as opposed to having, this is what we sometimes have, which are multi-grains and beans. So it gives you an idea that it makes a different blend. So you could go either or. Kids are asking for noodle soup, so we're going for the noodle soup. We're actually gonna add oregano. So we're gonna actually add a bit of this into our liquids, which is back on. And I actually like a lot of herbs in mine, and I usually tend to sniff and try and adjust as I go. We're going to use some rosemary. I actually really like the flavor of that. We're going to use some basil. Parsley. If you can have all these fresh, go right ahead. It's just that right now they're not looking so great in the stores. And tarragon is one of my next ones. You can add as much salt and pepper as you wish. I'm just gonna let this come up, a bit of a boil. Test, your tester is what you need. We're gonna add our vegetables. What we're using here is 2 onions, and we have a quarter red pepper, orange pepper, yellow pepper. We have 2 large mushrooms. We have 3 small carrots, 2 stalks of celery, and 3 cloves of garlic. You can use whatever it is that you prefer. You can do these in stages if you like, if you want to do the things that take longer to cook and then add them up. And pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to add our onion. We've done small chunks because it's actually pleasant to eat them like that. We're going to add our celery and our carrots. And I'm actually going to let this, and our garlic as well. And we're going to keep the peppers and the mushrooms for the end because they don't need to cook much. And I prefer them to have a bit of a flavor crunch into them. And we're going to let this boil in for about 10 minutes. So this has been simmering for almost 12 minutes now. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our noodles, and then we're going to add our mushrooms and peppers. You may need to add salt here, so do taste your, we've added a little, do taste your broth. If you weren't to make your own broth, I wanted to mention it before, if you weren't to make your own broth, I suggest that you get something from the organic section. This is what we did. They're different in every store. However, this one's completely organic, so it's actually nice to use. And when you read the ingredients, it's all vegetables. There's nothing else in there. There's no salt, there's no pepper, it's all vegetable. So verify your tags to make sure that what you're using is good stuff. Some of them have a lot of salt and a lot of words that you cannot pronounce. Avoid those. Okay, so we're adding about a half cup of the noodles. This will come up and make it something quite hearty. We're gonna add our peppers and our mushrooms. And those noodles will take another 5 to 10 minutes to cook. And everything should be a-okay for eating, and we're getting hungry. See you in a bit. So it's pretty much ready. We're gonna put this in a bowl so you can see what it looks like. So there you have it, our vegetable soup with quinoa noodles. You can add whichever product you want in there. It's really a question of taste. You can add your salt and pepper to liking. You can make it as spicy as you want. This is a basic and it's quite easy to do. So enjoy.